it's gone really well this bit, really pleased with it. As you've seen, it's coming off really easy compared with that wall. So, done sort of, I don't know, metre-and-a-half square there in, well, not even an hour I don't suppose, but hopefully 2 to 3 hours for the rest of the wall tomorrow. You know, nice little here. Spy on somebody in the shower at some point, don't know. We'll see, maybe not. Maybe just put a candle in, so probably more appropriate. So yeah, we'll we're going to do a bit of strimming for an hour somewhere. Bit of a shaded area, get some strimming done, and have a shower and call it a night. So catch up again tomorrow. Afternoon again, here we are, back in the dungeon. Okay, so yesterday, kind of got this area done here around the little window. I said we're going to call it a night, sort of 6 o'clock-ish, but actually went a bit rogue on you. Turned the camera off and thought, oh, I'll just do this little bit here. So we've gone further along, up to the door, up to the edge of the wall there. You know, it looked a little bit more sort of cobbled together than the rest of it. And as I walk back in now, you know, I can kind of see this again, almost like a, you know, this definitive line here, a different colour of the sort of, you know, the clay, the mud, that, you know, mud type mortar that's obviously holding the bricks together. Now obviously you could say if this had been cleared a lot longer than this, well, this has dried out, etc. But that's not the case. That was cleared after this. So I'm now thinking, was this doorway wider and they've built this end up? At the moment it's not immediately obvious. I need to clear the rest of this render here and above and then see. Yeah, from the end of the lintel it comes straight down, across a little bit, and then it goes down pretty much in a straight line. The difference between this lighter sort of, you know, mud, clay, mortar mix, and then the darker stuff here. And it comes down, and it comes down, and it reaches about here, and then it kind of cuts back inside. It's quite a large stone, or I wonder it's, yeah, I think it's one big stone looking at it from kind of here all the way across to here and up to there. So it's almost like this section in here has been added on at a later date. You know, maybe it's collapsed at some point. Maybe this end has fallen away and they rebuilt it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge rock at the bottom here as well, right on the end, which goes right the way through to the other side, which this is sat on. So I don't think we need to be taking it back. You know, I don't know how much of this room we're going to end up pointing, leaving exposed, how much we're going to render over, or, you know, kind of board over. I'm not sure, I don't know yet. And it may be that we just do little areas, you know, we render little areas, so it's possible we could kind of, you know, render this end, you know, sort of over this bit. It's a little bit, you know, a little bit more rough and ready than the rest of it. But we'll see in time, so it's far too early to say for sure. going to move next door for a bit and take down that wooden framework, like a makeshift sort of fence that they've got in there for the old animal pen, and then that's going to make that space in there much wider so I can get these barrels in. I was just looking a little bit earlier, the big barrel, I think it's just too wide to go next door, so that'll have to stay in here. The rest will come in comfortably. Extremely woodworm door. And that, they say, is that. And we get this lot shifted out of the way, as most of it's rotten. I want it away, rotten and got worm, whether it's active or non-active. I want it away from anything that I want to keep, so we'll stick it out of the way for now. So this room's finally cleared now. Oh, I'm saying cleared. We've got that framework down. I've taken it away, so it gives you a bit more idea of the size of the room and the space. Right, as you can see very, very clearly. Once again, we've got this kind of definitive line. What we've got appears to be where an original wall probably stopped, and I definitely think it was a definitive end originally for some reason, possibly a doorway through into the next room, the barrel room, because you look at the stones and they're all lovely and straight on this face, so it's like a definite end to the wall. I open the door. Let's see what. Now we've got some light in here. You see, and this is where it kind of was peaked on a bit, really, because while there's that definite line there isn't one on the inside of the door. And now if that was a doorway through, or a recess going through, I would have expected to have seen again another sort of column of stone here with flush, with straight faces like this side. Which we don't have, obviously. So I'm kind of at a bit of a loss. I did hope that it was a doorway and that I could just, maybe put some kind of lintel across the top and then take the brickwork down, and then we've got a walkway through into what's going to be a bedroom. And as previously said, possibly have this side as some kind of walk-in wardrobe and some storage at the back, whatever. But it doesn't seem to be the case. So, it's no deal breaker, because we weren't intending having this room connected to that one anyway. That space is big enough for a bedroom and plenty of storage, wardrobes and stuff, and then we've got obviously off that we've got the far room, which is going to be a walk-in bathroom, wet room sort of thing. So it's no real great, it's no great problem. But it's just intriguing. It's like why was this there? If like I mentioned about the end of the wall in there, that's different colour mortar. And I thought, well, maybe it's been rebuilt. Maybe that end's been rebuilt, which makes sense. Because that wall doesn't have this sort of perfect, obvious end to a wall there. So yeah, a bit of a head scratcher, but we'll have a think about it and see what we can come up with, and keep you informed. Right, I just noticed something, not noticed it before. I was kind of trying to figure out that, the end of that wall, that's kind of what potentially could have been a doorway. Still head scratching on that one. And I just suddenly noticed these very sort of angular pieces of what now, on closer inspection, are metal. They're obviously tool heads, old tool heads. I'm going to show you. I've not taken them out, honestly, trust me. This is the first time they've been removed from that space in, how many years, I don't know. So we've got what appears to be, and it is obviously a pick head. I mean, it's what, 35-40 centimetres wide, real thick, lovely old piece. And then that, which I'm not sure what it is. It's almost like a pyramid shape. Almost looks like it's possibly been hit on the top there, peened over a bit, but I really don't know what that is. And then this shows I'm not lying when I say they've not been moved, because that's really solid in there. And that is some kind of kind of primitive kind of fork, which obviously would have had a wooden handle, which have got some kicking about somewhere. So yeah, it's just things like this, keep finding stuff along the way. It's like this, the edge of the wall there, and tools and one thing and another. It's just going to keep popping things up. So I brought you into the rear part of this room, and again, we came in here on the original house tour with a little light from the mobile. Obviously we could see there was a barrel, but couldn't see much else. So this is the first time again that we've been in here with kind of some significant light, fairly significant light. Obviously we've got an old barrel here, it's in real poor state of repair. It's it's that bad that it's just going to be thrown away, unfortunately. But I can already see here various implements and tools. Part of a lock mechanism there. Not too bad. Hopefully you can see that. So we then got obviously like a, well, I suppose like a hoe, I guess. These have obviously been the handles for them, but they are, not usable anymore. Old tiles. We've then got another kind of larger hoe, you know, small spade kind of head there, which is in pretty good order. It's getting very thin now, but we'll clean them all up, you know. We have a third, which is again slightly bigger. You know, they're almost like they're, you know, sort of graduating with it. This one's getting really thin, really crusty on the end, so just have to be very careful of that. It's bent over there. As you can see, got two there, obviously, slightly different, and then we've got the third there, you know. They're all nice little pieces, you know. Good to find them. I don't think I've got anything else here. Lots of bits of stone or what have you. These appear to be, yeah, metal. That's probably been just some kind of metal post. You can see it's been hammered into the ground, probably just to support a fence or something like that. Really solid and heavy piece. Again, but you know, we can clean these up and use them and have them as decorative bits, and just something kind of suspended, you know, with some old pots or something coming down, or from old pans or whatever. You know, it's just, this one is, she's heavy. Obviously, like a pry bar, as you can see, you can just see there, it tapers, comes to a point. And that end is more triangulated, very heavy. I don't know what, 6-7 kilos must be. And again, an old sort of, you know, probably pry bar. Again, but it's something that we can definitely use. I think we might be coming to the end of the goodies. There's anything behind it. So that's part of the wall falling down. I'm not too concerned because of the concrete roof, concrete floor. It's not going to be causing any problem. Yes, okay. Right. I don't need to add anything at this stage. So yeah, this wall's interesting. And I'll move the light and I'll show you. There's like a piece of wood going vertically all the way down. I don't quite know why. We'll just clear this out of the way first. So what we've got here, this is wood. A piece of wood. There's really no reason why it should be there at all. Unless it's been a tree, you know, unless it is a trunk of a tree for some reason. I don't want to sound daft, but I don't get it. You know, it's not a beam. It's not a beam. It's two It's too wavy for it to be a beam that's put in there, and it doesn't make any sense why that would be there. These are loose, they're not holding anything. That's quite kind of interesting. That's obviously been one of those stones that's got the round cutout in it. So if I look at it from the other side, I've changed my mind on wire brushing the bottom, because I don't think it's into the stone. I think it's just sat on the stone, and it kind of goes up and pushes up on another stone. These are all loose. Okay. Now we've got obviously the concrete ceiling and the concrete floor going across, so there's nothing, this wood is not supporting the above. I'm not concerned about that at all. These are doing nothing, as you can see. They're all going to fall down. And we've got a string of them at the other side as well. So I'm going to take these out, and then we'll take the ones at the other side out, leave the camera where it is so you'll be able to see chinks of light appearing, and then we'll have a good look at this piece of wood and just show you what I mean. It is difficult to see it on the camera, I can see it is. So we'll go steady away, he says, as everything falls down. It's like well, from my day, it's like playing plunk. So, it's kind of taking me back to them days. Here's Johnny! This is what I was talking about. Going up to this big stone here, and then coming all the way down to this big stone at the bottom, and that goes, I believe, yeah, that goes all the way to the other side. So that's sort of 40-50 centimetres thick and about 40 centimetres wide. I have no idea why it's there and why they built around it. And it's another one of them really. It's you know, to stand back and look at it, I really like how it looks. I mean, you know, in time, this concrete floor we're going to remove. You know, but I like to keep this wall. It doesn't need to go. You know, we don't need the space. We've got ample space between the two buildings. You know, and daft as it sounds, you know, as quirky as it might sound, to sort of just clean that up a little bit, treat it, and then just put some kind of sealant on it. You know, I think it'll look pretty good. But again, it's another one of my wacky ideas. You're probably screaming at the screen there saying, "What are you thinking, you clown?" You tell me. Anybody got any thoughts? You know, put them in the comments. Because I'm stumped with this one. Stumped. Yeah. Right, it's not been long. Good news. Good news indeed. The areas of this side wall and this back wall that were unfinished now got done. Really painful. This back third of this side wall and pretty much all of this back wall has been a nightmare. It's just sand. It's just like sand. It's damp. You can physically feel it then. It's damp. This back wall all done, and again, my apologies, but I've cheekily started the wall behind you, which I'll turn you around and show you now. It's coming off pretty well. I have uncovered another. I've not gone all the way down yet, but I've uncovered what again appears to be a kind of a perfect line between two parts of the wall. Not clear what that is yet, but we'll carry on and hopefully that'll become more apparent. I've got a line down here of stone. Need to uncover that a bit further down to see if it goes all the way, and again a little bit at the top. Not too sure what it is. There's nothing this way. This way is just all interlocking stone. So whether there's going to be something that way, a doorway that's been bricked up or whatever, I don't know. So again, interesting. See, the defined lines here in between two sections of wall, and then obviously this one here coming down to about this height, about a foot or so off the floor. Pretty much going all the way up. I need to go upstairs and just maybe take a bit of the plaster off up there and see what's going on up there. But I'm assuming at some point there may have been a lintel across somewhere. This certainly looks like it's been, it's been a doorway, a way through between these two rooms. And I looked at the other side, and you can see as well there it's clear as day. So we're in the room next door now, and you can see literally in the middle of the screen, it sticks out like a sore thumb really, so right in the centre of your screen. So you've got this big stone going all the way. I'm assuming that's going to be some kind of big slab. So it's clearly been it's clearly been a doorway. I mean, we're much lower on this side. Yeah. Again, something else for a lot of food for thought really about what we're going to do with this, if we're going to do anything, if we're going to leave it, if we're going to open it up. I'm going to spin you around because as I walked in here, I noticed on the opposite wall we seem to have another. Right, so once again, pretty much dead centre screen. It looks like again another way through that has been rebuilt, and it is looking behind me. yeah, it's plumbing line with that one as well. So we can see through these gaps there's the remnants of a wooden lintel. We can get in with a piece of metal and scrape it, and it's like falling to pieces. It's really rotten, but it's clearly there. It's going all the way across, and it's quite deep. So this has definitely been, you know, a doorway through. Obviously, like I say, it's in line with that one. We're struggling at the moment to figure out precisely where it goes. I think it is pretty much underneath where the cupboard is, where the shelves are in the bread oven room, next to the bread oven. Directly under that is the little space underneath the steps up from the courtyard up into the house. But obviously that, you know, that area there is only this kind of height. I'm going to go next door, see if I can figure out where it was going to. Here we are, in the little cave. Interesting. Just trying to figure this out. I can't see any evidence of where the lines, you know, where the edges of the walls are. You know, these stones are going, you know, the other side of this wall, and the same at this side. But this, you can hear that. It's like a hollow thud. It may just be because it's this thin layer of render on top of the ground, or it may be that there's some recess underneath it. I don't know. It's fascinating. It's so intriguing as to where that doorway leads to. It's somewhere here. You know, it might simply be that it was you know, a little passageway through to the outside. You know, I'm just like, I'm really struggling to stop myself from coming in here now with my tools and clearing this space. Does it go down? I don't know. You know, is there another room underneath here somewhere? Is there like a cellar? Today's job is, I thought, take the opportunity. It's not great weather outside, so we'll get in here and get this room cleared. So this is the first time again. So this is the first time again. Oh! Did you get that? Oh, one for the outtakes.